Oh, now we're live. Okay. I don't know. Something happened. Okay, here we go, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. We are live and in full effect. And as you know, we always do this particular segment every week on I Love the 80s. And this year is the year 1987. And what a banner year of music, movies, the whole nine. We're going to recap, and it was a good year, 1987. It seems like all the wheels and the juices are flowing by this time. So it really reflects in a lot of this stuff. As always, I can't do that without the crew, man. Phenom 2 and 2 Hollywood DA. Phenom, what say you?
Phenom 202 DDA representative. 87, I was coming to my stride, yo. You know what I'm saying? I was no longer, I was hitting double digits. You know what I'm saying? Age-wise, I thought I was the shit, smelling myself a little bit. It's starting to understand these movies, yo, and what I'm watching. So I'm ready to get into it. 87 got some shit for us, yo. So let's get it.
I feel you, man. Hollywood, anything before we get started here?
Oh yeah, man, just chilling, man. Happy Juneteenth, man. Fuck you,
Yes, sir.
y'all just gonna go on without saying that, yo. It is what it is out here. And shout out to Kendrick Lamar out here doing the show. I'm mad. I'm not mad. I'm always happy to be here. But yeah, I might pull up a little window on the side just so y'all know. But it is what it is. 87 was a good year. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? We was hitting the double digits and as far as age wise, and ready to go, man. Ready to have some shit pop off. As what you say, Corey, you said the juices were flowing.
The juices were flowing in 87. The creative juices were there. Yeah. Well, as always, you know, we kick it off with the movie. So, as always, man, I got to kick it off with this. So, let's go. Get ready. Here we go. Wow, man. Wow. And starting off the number one movie of 1987, man. Beverly Hills Cop 2, man. As always, the crew is back. Axel Foley and the others. This is the sequel to the smash hit Beverly Hills Cop. And we've talked about this movie in length on this show quite a few times, but I had to highlight that this was the number one movie at the box office in 1987. And as we said before, Eddie Murphy ruled the 80s in movies, and this is absolutely no exception. Love this movie. I think, you know, me personally, I think this is a great sequel. I still really do love Beverly Hills Cop, but I love how they were able to continue with this sequel. And I think these two, 1 and 2, go great together. Then there's just too much of a gap between 3 and 4. But I like these two movies together, man. What about you, Phenom?
Yeah, shout out to Zozo Bob, yo. I saw it over the weekend too, yo.
Oh, wow.
It came on the TV. They was doing Eddie Murphy stuff. I saw the Golden Child again for the millionth time, and then I saw Beverly Hills Cop 2. I agree with you, man. I think this was a great sequel. I love them three together. Rosewood, Taggart.
Taggart, yeah, that's it. Yeah, Taggart.
So the funny thing is, yo, they're doing a press one right now, all three of them, because Beverly Hills 4 is about to drop, I think, July 3rd. So, you know, seeing them together, and then they were showing different scenes of them reenacting. Well, they didn't reenact it. They just brought it into the new version of it.
Right.
Like where Eddie Murphy slides in the back seat and they in the front seat. So I'm hoping that this is a good movie. But Eddie Murphy
I didn't know Beverly Hills.
Well, it's called Axel. It's just called Axel.
I mean, I didn't know anything was coming out, yo. That's
beginning of July.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Man. That's just some trash. I'm not gonna tell you ahead of time, Phenom. You can hope and have your prayers, wishes, thoughts, and prayers, and all that other thing they say. That's just some trash.
Yo, I look at it this way, man. I look at it the way that he's talking about it, because they asked him, like, kind of what you alluded to, Corey, why it takes so long to do it. He was like, because goddamn superhero movies. He said people flying and doing that stuff. I can't come out and say freeze. Ain't nobody trying to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right, true. That's true.
This is Eddie Murphy's dipping back into his stuff that made him successful. So I'm gonna watch it. I watched Coming to America too.
And how you think about how you feel about that?
I didn't like it, but I watched it. It has some alright parts, but I mean I don't have expectations for this. I'm just excited because it's Beverly Hills Cop. I wasn't excited about Coming to America.
I was more excited about Coming to America than I would be. But after 3 hours, like, yo, this is dead. I mean, Eddie Murphy. I'm not gonna bash him because how can I bash him when we got this wonderful, glorious movie on the screen? Beverly Hills Cop 2 is definitely like one of the best sequels ever. I mean, it's got it all. Little action, little comedy, little suspense. You got my girl, what's her name? Sly Stone wife. What's her name?
Shorty from
Bridget Nielsen.
Bridget Nielsen.
Yeah.
Brigitte, there you go. Look, he says it with the twang. I like that. All right, phenom, motherfucking well versed in travel. Brigitte and Nelson. Nelson. So I mean, it was a good movie, man. So I was sad when they shot the commissioner, whatever the hell he is. That motherfucker was just jogging. He got lit up. I was like, oh no, but it's a great movie, man. In general. Yeah. And he had the mansion, all types of shit. He was living it up out there, yo.
So how was still a house? This is my uncle house.
I know. He said, he was like,
that was true.
Yeah, it's still a house.
So moving on, because there's a lot of movies in 87, and I'm just going to go over just a few of them. But another great movie in 1987 was Predator. This was the sci-fi action hit starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers, Bill Duke, Jesse Ventura. Man, this movie was a freaking classic, and it was a smash hit that literally started the franchise that we know and is still running today. And I think a couple of years ago had a great sequel or prequel, I guess you could call it, of the movie Prey. So this Predator was absolutely fantastic, and here's a still of all the characters that we love, and this one particular guy right here in the middle, he did the dumbest thing ever, But anyway, what about your thoughts about Predator, fellas, man? I mean, we've talked about this ad nauseum, but I think this is one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's best movies, and this movie just really set it off with the movie of the 80s, and it was so good that we've been making 1,000 Predators today. But what are your thoughts about Predator, Fino?
I agree. I think this is probably, if I had to think off the top of my head, this is probably his best movie. There was a good movie all around, and I will say they did the prequel really good. Really good.
Prey was fantastic.
Yeah. And we've talked about it, but for those who haven't heard us talk about it, I think the Predator franchise, when the first one came out, great. Second one came out, not so great.
Trash.
They started dipping out of Schwarzenegger's world. I did like Predators with Adrian Brody when they were dropping them on different planets. Some people didn't like it. I actually like that shit a lot.
I thought that was a good way to expand on the lore and show us that there's different Predators, different classes, different, I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, I even like the one with Captain Rick Flag in it. Where,
you like that one?
It was okay. I ain't gonna say it was great, but I didn't not like it. But I think the Predator franchise, I think this one set it off. And I like when they harken back to it and showed not a lot of dialogue in the new Predator, just the action and all that stuff, and Prey. And I think they can go through different. I like to see him in England, yo.
That would be kind of cool seeing him in colonial times in Jamestown, going through, knocking off John Smith and some other cats.
Yeah, man.
But go ahead, Ali.
No.
What's your thoughts on Predator?
No, Predator was good. I mean, it's definitely like a classic movie. Arnold, you got everybody. Bill Dukes, my man Carl Weathers. RP to both of them. You know what I mean? Just the bodies out there. Bleed. I ain't got time to bleed. Like, you got it all, yo. He had the best gun in TV history, yo. That damn shit. Like, he laid down. He laid down half the force with that shit. Ain't hit a motherfucking thing.
Because wasn't it Bill Duke that picked it up and just started going ham in the jungle?
Yeah,
Was it
one
Bill?
time it was empty when it ran out of bullets. It was just going.
Yeah, it ran out of bullets. Yeah,
yeah.
I love this movie, man.
Just overall, I mean, it was a great movie, great plot. You know what I mean? Everything about it.
Get to the chopper.
It wasn't just like an action movie. It was, I mean, it was, of course, it was an action movie, but it actually had a decent plot to it. You know what I mean? A good story to it. So I fuck with it, man.
Yeah,
you know, Arnold was the man back then, yo. He was doing his thing. Like you said, the chopper. Yeah, was doing the action. He was on a run with this.
No.
Like, between this and like Commando.
Commando.
Like Commando, yo. He killed so many people in Commando, yo.
Yeah.
It had
dropping dudes off cliffs, breaking dudes' necks on the airplane.
all that stuff. With saw blades, all types of stuff, man.
Yeah. But you know, you're right. He was on a run because if you look at, you know, like Total Recall came out a little later. Like he had a nice Eddie Murphy-ish type run in the action genre, yo. So I agree with that.
And you know, just for a moment, I would like to say, our condolences to Chicago Cubs. I'm definitely sorry for your loss. So we do hope that, today's show will help brighten up your day. You know, appreciate you being with us, man. And I know that's tough. I've lost my grandmother, so I know how tough that is, man. So condolences to you, my friend, man. And glad to see you here on the show. So hopefully we can make you laugh and you can take a couple of hours to just, digress forget about things for a second. Yeah,
definitely. Shout out to Chicago. I know that's got to be rough.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say one thing. Retro Man Randy Sapp said, "Gosh, there's 2 more Predator movies coming out. Predator Badlands set on a future Earth. Now that might be interesting. If it's like
that might not be bad. Okay,
sort of like a.
I just hope it's not like Jason. Remember when Jason went to space? I hope it's not like that.
It was dystopian. I think that's the word. Dystopia.
Yeah, dystopia. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if it's a futuristic world, I think that'll be pretty cool. But they got to do it right. I think as long as they keep the basic elements of what made Predator so great and keep it simple with just about it being the hunt and the prey, then I think we'll be fine. Don't add that other shit into it.
He fighting motherfuckers on Fury Road, yo. That should be live, yo. Like, they be going at it.
Yeah, you talking about Mad Max, or you fighting people on Mad? That shit would be dope, though. Yeah. I didn't think about that. That would be dope. I just watched Fury Road actually just a week ago. Actually, it was a good ass movie with Charlize Theron in it, man. It was just pretty good.
Yeah.
But another good movie that I must say did great at the box office. It was a huge smash hit. Dirty Dancing was a huge hit. Audience loved this film, and this film won an Academy Award for Best Original Song, which I've had the time of my life.
It's on the channel. Check it out.
Yeah, that song was a huge hit. And this was the thing about Dirty Dancing. This movie was made with a $10 million budget, but the movie earned $170 million worldwide just in 1987 alone. Just in 1987 alone. And the thing with Dirty Dancing, the movie grew even more in popularity when video rentals started to really come into play in 1988. And Dirty Dancing became the first film to sell 1 million copies on video. Did not know that until I started doing my research. And that shows you how much of a pop cultural phenomenon that this was, with Dirty Dancing. And look, one of the most famous lines in this movie, man. Nobody puts baby in the corner. I've seen this movie, but I didn't watch the full movie until about 10 years ago when I met my wife, and I watched the whole thing. And the movie is actually pretty good. So, Phoenix, have you seen the movie in its entirety? And if you haven't, what are your thoughts about it?
I've seen it in its entirety. You've seen it in its entirety. I know somebody ain't seen it in its entirety on this channel.
I know. I was like, he asked that question.
I ain't seen it. But no,
I've seen parts. I've seen all the important scenes.
You have seen the important scenes.
That's important. That's important. You've seen
this movie, it was a great movie. $10 million budget.
Yeah, that's $10 million budget. Yes.
I can see why. I mean, they shot it basically at a camp or a resort or some shit.
Yeah, I can't resort. Yeah,
but I think this movie, like I've said it before, if you check out the reaction to I Got a Time in My Life, but it touched on a lot of topics back then: classism, women's choice, pro-choice, whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah, abortion, pro-choice, pro-life. Yeah, yep.
You know, it touched on a lot of stuff, and it was really good, man. I mean, it was, aside from just the dancing, the plot was good, the interaction was good, you know, the acting was good. Patrick Swayze, you know, he was doing his thing, yo.
Yeah, I didn't know the brother could dance either. Brother can get down.
He was in Toto video. Back
Rosanna.
the
Rosanna.
That's right, he was. That's right.
Yeah, so he's a trained dancer, yo.
Yeah, he's actually a trained dancer. That's right, because they do say that on the movies that made us about Patrick Swayze, that he was actually a trained dancer. Yeah.
Shout out to Patrick, yo.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
that's true.
I mean, like I said, Dirty Dancing, like we already said, I've never seen it in its entirety. I've seen bits and pieces. Like, it used to come on TV a lot. Like, I've seen like all the major scenes, like the ending scene and that type of stuff. Even before we did the review, I'd seen it before. So, I mean, maybe one day I'll go back and watch it. You know what I mean? Catch up on it. Catch up on Swayze. You know, he was definitely a good actor. You know, Roadhouse, Ghosts, all that type of stuff. So, yeah, I'll fuck with Swayze.
Yeah, Point Break. Yeah, he's doing his thing, man. It's sad to see this life got cut so short, but this was a damn good movie, and I'm, and, you know, I just wasn't into watching it. I mean, look, it came out in '87. You know, I'm just hitting the double digits. I was not interested in watching this, but I see why it was such a big hit. When I finally watched when I was old, I was like, okay, this is really good. This is really good.
And Patrick Swayze, yo, my bad. I just want to say, his name that's a fire ass last name, yo, Swayze. Yo, how you doing, man? I'm Swayze. You know what I mean?
Yo, we incorporated to the hip hop language. Yo, if somebody say I'm Swayze, that means I'm out, yo. Later,
that's true. That's true. That is a hell of a name, man. I wonder if that's his real name, or that's, you know, sometimes they come with a Hollywood last name.
Yeah,
so I'm curious if that's his real last name. If it is, yo, that's a hell of a. He was ready to be on this big screen with that name. Now, I didn't watch Dirty Dancing at 10, but there was one particular movie that I did watch when I hit the double digits, and it was this movie right here. It came out in 1987, one of my all-time favorite movies, Disorderlies. Now, this is a screwball comedy starring the Fat Boys, and I'm going to give a basic premise of what this is. So Winslow, the guy in the middle, well, they have this guy named Winslow who is a gambler, and he's in deep debt, and he's the nephew of Albert Dennison, which is the guy actually in the middle. So the nephew goes out and hires the most incompetent orderlies that he can find in hopes that the Fat Boys, Mark, Buff, and Cool, accidentally kill this guy. And the thing is, they actually, one night, they actually miss his medication, and they think they've killed him. But in all actuality, it actually made him feel a lot better. And surprisingly, he was just over medicated. So by them missing to give him his medicine, they actually find out that he was over medicated. And the guy all of a sudden is feeling 10 times better. This movie is so fucking funny. When I watch this movie and I see these guys, their chemistry is the comedic timing is great. They remind me of like a modern day Three Stooges, because they're very comfortable on camera, even with some of the slapstick, but it's not overly done like the Stooges was too slapstick. It's just enough sprinkled in where it feels really good. I absolutely love this movie from beginning to end. And I can't forget about this one song in there, Baby You're a Rich Man. If you never watched this film, you know about that song I'm talking about. If you watch this film, Baby You're a Rich Man and You're a Rich Man Too, one of the best songs in hip-hop history coming out of this film. Disorderlies, I can't say enough. I gotta get out my soapbox because I absolutely love this movie. Phenom 202, what say you?
Me and my sister probably watched this movie 100 times in our life, yo. I know this movie front, back. You gave a great synopsis of the movie. When I think about it, were they the first hip hop group to have their own movie?
I actually wrote that note and I forgot to say it. They are the first hip hop act to have their own first movie. Yeah, first not movie actually movie. In the theaters, like a big box production movie. Yes,
and they were the lead on it. I mean, I think
they were the lead. Yes,
this movie is so funny. If you've never seen it,
it wasn't Kid and Play. It was the
It
Fat
wasn't.
Boys.
Just suspend your belief. Just dive into the hijinks because you know it was funny from the beginning when they was messing up, and then they get hired, like you said, hired to kill him, and they didn't kill him. It was kind of like when they thought he was dead, they were just pacing around, and he woke up. Yeah,
That was the funniest thing, and he was trying to give him mouth to mouth because he thought he was killing them, and he coming in like, oh, yo. There's so much about this movie I love. Ali, I know you've seen this movie.
Ralph
man.
Bellamy, that's a dude that's in Trading Places too. The dude in the wheelchair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
oh my gosh,
yeah, I definitely saw. I actually saw this movie in the theater. Like this one, the first movie.
Wow.
Me and my older brother. My pops dropped us off. I remember seeing this movie in the theater, yo. Like so yeah, I'm definitely a fan of it. I mean, the Fat Boys are iconic group, you know what I mean? And you know, most of them I don't even know. I think all three of them might be dead now.
No, one
living now, and that's
Cool Rock.
Cool Rock,
the one at the far left here. Cool Rock's the only one living.
But he lost a mad weight too.
Yeah,
he's working out a lot. But the Human Beatbox and Prince Mark is Buff and Prince. Yeah.
But the movie's definitely hilarious. I mean, y'all talked about it, so I don't really have much to add. You know what I mean?
You know, I'm going to go on one thing. I actually recorded "Baby You're a Rich Man" because I couldn't go to I lived in the country, so I couldn't go to a record store to actually buy that. So I remember turning it up really loud on the TV and putting my cassette tape against the speaker just so I could record "Baby You're a Rich Man." I'm telling you, I absolutely love this movie.
You're a rich man. Yeah, love that.
And you're a rich man too. Yeah, I love this movie. Love this movie. So continuing on, there's a lot more movies, but continuing on with the comedies, we have another movie that was a huge box office hit, definitely in the Black community. This movie, the first movie directed by my man Robert Townsend. Now, I'm going to give a breakdown of what this movie is. This film is a comedy that critiques and takes a funny look at the racial stereotyping and the limited roles available to Black actors in Hollywood. That is the basic premise of it. But what happens in this movie is Robert Townsend and his cast, they do a great job of bringing levity of that situation on, you know, how Black actors are stereotyped into certain roles, playing like junkies or pimps or hoes or prostitutes. The movie is fucking fantastic, man. It's a classic. Absolutely love it. I've watched this movie from beginning to end 1,000 times over. And who would have ever known that this was the movie that set Robert Townsend's career into the stratosphere? He actually took a loan from a bank. He bet on himself, made this movie, and the rest is history. Phenom, what are your thoughts?
Funny. Seen this movie 100 times too. I loved everything from the ghetto critiquers, the hood movie critics.
Yeah, some of these guys.
Yeah, those guys right there. Yo.
Yeah, that'd be funny. They were definitely
hilarious.
funny.
This was probably one of the best parts of the film.
And that led to like the classic, like the zombie pimp show. That shit was hilarious.
The zombie pimp show. That one guy with the arm like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And then it was funny when they had the runaway slave scene.
Yeah,
he pushed the Black ladies out of the way and lifted up the white lady. It was kind of a trope like that. But then it came to nowadays, like all these. So when he started talking, like when they were interviewing him, he had a British accent. The Black dude had a British accent.
Yes.
So I was like, I get it now. And nowadays, every Black person in Hollywood that acts seems like they got a British accent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So no, it's definitely a great movie. I think it's one of those movies that, like, Robert Townsend is such a great director, such a great actor. He doesn't get enough flowers, I believe, because
and he put on a lot of people.
He had Parenthood. He had a whole sitcom that ran. It was a syndication.
He helped put on
Keenan Ivory Wayans, Damon Wayans.
But he helped Keenan Ivory with other stuff behind the scenes, like to get him on. So yeah, I mean the movie is fucking fire, yo. Whole cakes, everyone the whole cake. Like it had Winky Dinky Dog. You know what I mean? So I used to fuck with that. It's always work at the post office, player. Always work at the post office. But yeah, the movie. I mean, just the way they played off all the stereotypes was funny as hell. It's definitely a smart movie that's silly and smart at the same time. You know what I mean? It had a good mix. So as you said, Robert Townsend. I mean, he's a damn icon for us.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean, he's a genius.
He was.
So
This was definitely a huge film. I mean, it didn't do big numbers at the box office, but it didn't need to. It did the numbers it needed to for us, you know.
Yeah,
and
this is a hood class.
The movie did great because compared to his budget and what he made, the movie did great. But I had to bring this up because this is such a staple for me growing up. I watched this film a lot, and I laughed my ass off when I saw them doing the street with these guys, and they came with the Attack of the Street Pimps, and they were I don't know what they were like mummies that were street pimps. The funniest shit I've ever seen. Have you ever seen that, man? This movie is great. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved this movie. Anything else before we move on to the next one?
Doc, go ahead, man. We got a whole bunch of movies to run through.
Yeah, we got a lot.
You might have to shorten up these recaps, brother. Corey, give the whole scene by scene breakdown.
Here we go. So last 30 seconds before we're going to start recapping into more of what you guys have had. This is one of the movies that came out in 1987 called Interpace, starring Dennis Quaid, Martin Short, Meg Ryan. This movie won an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. And quick note, what this is this pod, it shrinks into a microscopic size, and they're supposed to be injected to a rabbit. But then the lab is attacked by this rival organization, and the scientist leaves out with the syringe and sticks the syringe in the ass of Martin Short. And the beginning of this movie begins, and it's really, really great movie. If you've never seen it, the movie did actually really well at the box office. Dennis Quaid, Martin Short, great chemistry. I mean, Martin Short, he's fucking hilarious in this film. But yeah, this was a great movie, man. Did not know they won an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects, but I can see that. What are your thoughts about this movie?
I don't have any thoughts. I ain't never seen that shit before.
You've never seen Interpace?
I seen it like one time, like a long time ago.
Oh my god!
That's right. I already muted. I was just gonna let y'all talk.
I ain't never seen this movie.
And you know the funniest. This is the funniest shit, yo. Like behind the scenes stuff. Corey's like, yo, I don't know if y'all ever seen Disorderlies. Because I put that on the list. Like, us, would see Disorderlies. They put this shit on here, act like we all see.
I ain't never seen this.
Well, this is how it is. Because I could put a movie up here. I could put a movie up here, such as, let's say, Batteries Not Included, which is very similar in Interpace. But we've all seen it, have we not?
Seen Batteries.
Great fucking movie, too. That movie is great.
Interpace.
So let's talk about it. Batteries Not Included. What are your thoughts on Batteries Not Included?
Great movie.
Angel, great movie, man.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Ain't much to talk about. It's a childhood classic. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what it is. I like the little flying robots, so they did their thing. Yeah. It's classic.
We got another one up here. Spaceballs. This is definitely my jam. I didn't know this came out in 87, but thanks for reminding me. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's Mel Brooks doing a space parody of Star Wars. It's just fucking funny, man. You got Lord Helmet.
Yeah, Rick Moranis.
Everything about this movie.
Your Swartz is as big as mine. It's got the classic line when they comb the desert. Y'all find anything? Yes. He ain't found shit.
You tell them to comb the desert.
They had a pick. Everybody else had a comb. Yeah. Shout out to Spaceballs, yo.
Mel Brooks was king of these movies, man.
Yeah.
Robin Hood Men in Tights was like this. Like a lot of spoof and all that stuff. Yeah. I loved it, yo.
Also, somebody showed this joint, Lost Boys. Definitely a classic.
Love that movie.
You know what I mean? So that shit. Lost Boys had a lot of motherfuckers in it too, yo. That was when the Coreys was running things.
Corey Haim and Corey Feldman.
Both of them.
Yeah, the Corey and Coreys. Yeah.
And then last I think we probably talked. We talked about this. Yeah, we did because we did a reacted to the theme song.
Nothing's gonna stop us now. Yep.
Mannequin.
I've seen this movie a million times too.
Yeah, definitely seen this a million times.
Great movie.
Yo, Mannequin is fucking funny, yo.
Yeah, I love that movie. Yeah, I mean, it's got one of the guys from the Brat Pack in there, but it's a good movie.
Andrew McCarthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The same guy that was in Weekend at Bernie's, right? Yeah.
Sex of the City. Samantha from Sex of the City.
Yeah, Samantha.
Estelle Getty, Sophia from The Golden Girls. She was in it.
Oh, for real?
That's right. She was the owner.
She was the owner of the
Oh,
store.
damn.
She was
Yeah,
the owner of the store. That's right.
James Spader, he was in Boston Legal. He was in The Office. He took over for Michael in The Office.
And the guy from Police Academy was in it too.
Yep, the cop from Police Academy.
Police Academy. Yeah, this had a good cast. This had a really good cast, man. Damn. Yeah.
So I mean, like Ollie's putting up movies. I got a whole list of movies I've been jotting down from
Go
people.
ahead, man. Run down them real quick.
I'm gonna run down them, and
Yeah,
y'all feel like y'all stop me when y'all want to talk about it. Monster Squad. You ever seen the Monster Squad?
I've seen Monster Squad.
I have.
I love that movie.
I love them. So they got a documentary because I didn't know a lot of people didn't see Monster Squad.
Really?
A lot of people like I've talked to in my life. I'm like, I've never seen it. It's like the Goonies fighting villains. I mean, fighting.
Yeah, it's Goonies fighting monsters. It's exactly what it is.
They have a documentary called "The Wolfman Has Nards." That was one of the lines in the movie when the Wolfman jumped out. He was like,
they kicked him. Nards. Yeah. That was like the fat kid, you know, right?
Well, yeah, his name was Horace because at the beginning of the movie he stepped on his candy bar, made him eat it. Then he got some balls towards the end because he had a shotgun that killed like the dude from the creature from the Black Lagoon or whatever. So that movie, we already said Lost Boy, Full Metal Jacket.
Ooh, classic. Yeah, definitely classic.
I think that's my favorite wartime movie. Besides Saving Private Ryan.
Full Metal Jacket was good.
Yeah. Fucking RoboCop.
We've talked about RoboCop. RoboCop came out in 87. Great movie, but you could tell when we talked about it before, they started losing that budget near the end because the graphics at the end are really bad. But that movie was fantastic, man. Video games, sequels. Man, that movie was great, yo. I wanted him to stay in the RoboCop mask the whole time, though. Mm-hmm. That's what I wanted him. But
so RoboCop 1 was great. Loved it.
RoboCop
2, I didn't like it because it had a fucking breakdancing in it. Ollie, have you seen RoboCop?
Nah, I heard good things about it, though. Man, I heard good things about it. Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, of course. RoboCop's fine. I know.
All right. Harry and the Hendersons.
Oh yeah, throwback. Yeah, throwback.
I love that movie.
The great Bigfoot was out there.
John Lithgow, yo.
Yeah, that's the throwback. I haven't seen that in a long time.
It's a good ass.
I have probably seen that since it came out in '87.
Yeah, because I just remember like they was driving in the forest and hit Harry. Yeah. The Running Man.
Ooh, Arnold Schwarzenegger. That came out in '87.
I didn't know that.
I said Predator, but Running Man was kind of like that might be number 2.
That was a futuristic Hunger Games for real.
Yeah, for real.
Richard Dawson from Family Feud was hosting it.
Family Feud. Oh man, I love the Hunger Games, yo. I mean, the Running Man.
Running Man. Masters of the Universe, the first HeMan movie. That's probably the worst
trash
movie.
Yeah, that
ever made.
I would agree.
You can watch it actually for free on YouTube if you have time to waste.
Oh, worst movie ever made. Worst movie.
A great movie was G.I. Joe the movie. I watched that movie 37 million times. I love the movie. Premise of the movie. Cobra was trying to get this weather machine. The shit exploded and different pieces broke across the world. And G.I. Joe and Cobra was racing to it. Love that movie, yo.
That was great. And that's when they had the Cobra Law came. It was Serpento was the leader at that time. Mm-hmm. And that's when they had sort of like their first quote unquote death in G.I. Joe with Duke.
Yeah.
But then you could tell they wrote it in the script that they couldn't kill him off because at the very end they said, guess what, guys? Duke's gonna pull through.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember that. Roxanne. Y'all remember seeing Roxanne with Steve Martin?
Oh, with the long nose.
Daryl Hannah
that's when they was doing the thing when they was talking for him, right? He was like
Cyrano
the Bird. It's based off that. Yes.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. It's been a minute since.
Damn, that all came out in '87. What the fuck?
No. Overboard with Kurt Russell and
Goldie Hawn. Yeah, he act like she was his wife. Yo, that's some shiesty shit, yo. When you think about it, yo, that shit is shiesty. He's like, oh yeah. Come take care of these kids, motherfucker. When she had the amnesia, I was like, yo, that's crazy, man.
Fact,
Yeah.
y'all. Have y'all seen Fatal Beauty with Whoopi Goldberg? Where she was a detective and she had to take down the drug ring.
I have
Good
not.
ass movie. Whoopi Goldberg was in her bag in the 80s too.
Yeah, because Jumping Jack Flash, Color Purple, golly, man, she was definitely doing comedy stuff too.
Yeah, this was a big movie for her. Fatal Attraction came out in 87.
Yeah, I was.
Oh yeah, with Mike Douglas.
That
I seen that movie. I saw it when I got older. She was fucking crazy.
Yeah, because you understand it when you got older. You're like, huh?
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it now. He's like, I would not be ignored.
Yeah.
When she said that line, I was like, she crazy.
Yeah. The principal with Jim Belushi. He was a principal of an inner city school.
I saw bits and pieces of that.
I'm vaguely familiar.
And they threw the dude that played.
They threw him out the window.
Threw him out from the fucking top of the school all the way down. Like he was like a white savior type movie. White dude take over inner city.
Wasn't this like the white version of Lean on Me or something?
Yeah, actually it was. yeah, actually it was, yo. Dragnet came out.
Yeah, Bob said the best.
That is my favorite movie. I love Dragnet with Dan Aykroyd and Tom Hanks, two comedy legends. Man, when he was Joe Friday and you had Sweetback, that was his name, Detective Streetback. Oh man, I love Dragnet, man. I watched that movie over and over and over again.
It doesn't hold up now, yo. I watched it.
Man, I would still watch it, yo. It's nostalgia.
So it's funny though. I just saw Chicago Cub put some up there. American Ninja 2. Have y'all seen any of the American Ninjas?
Oh, I've seen all the American Ninjas.
I've never seen any of the American Ninjas.
Yeah, we had my boy. What's his Mike?
Michael Dudikoff.
Dudikoff. I'll say Dudikoff. Yo, I remember. Yo, American Ninja had the black dude with the mustache, like the fro. I
remember.
He's been in a bunch of movies. I don't know his name at all. He was like the bootleg Carl Weathers. He was like the Great Value Carl Weathers. But yeah, American Ninja was the shit, yo. Huh?
I've never seen American Ninja.
Is the same dude from I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker?
Yeah, I think he is. I think
like
he
a
is.
big, yeah, I know exactly.
Yeah, I'm about the karate guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But Ollie had another movie up there. Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise.
Here you go. Yeah.
It's not as good as one.
I still loved it though.
It's still good, but it's not as good as one.
Yeah, it's not as good as one, but it's still good. But after this one, don't watch any of the rest. They're not good. But I can watch 1 and 2 because I did like Revenge of Nerds in Paradise, especially when they have their little scene again when they doing the music. I like that part.
Check
with the Mighty Lip C.
Yeah,
check the channel. We got that reaction too. Yeah.
All right, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. Citizens on Patrol, Police Academy.
I love that. That was probably my second favorite. This is their fourth movie.
This is the fourth.
Man, they're on a roll because the first one was Police Academy, then Police Academy, their first assignment, then Police Academy back in training, then Police Academy, Citizens on Patrol. All of those movies are great movies. But this is the one where Bobcat Goldthwait and Sweet Chuck are roommates.
Yep.
This movie is so fucking funny.
Love it. Some Kind of Wonderful.
I've never seen that movie.
It's a great movie.
I've never seen that movie.
It was Eric Stoltz in it. He fell in love with the mechanic type Tom girl.
Oh yeah, I have seen that. Yeah.
He bought some earrings with his money.
He spent his college money on some earrings and rented out he rented out a
amphitheater or something.
Amphitheater shit. Yep, I remember that now.
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
Actually, that was a good movie. Now I just didn't know the name of it. Now once you said that, I was like, yeah, that was a good movie.
He did his ass after that.
Yeah, I've never seen it. Damn.
And the last one I got up there is La Bamba. I've seen La Bamba. This is probably one of the saddest movies I've ever seen in my life, yo. So it's the story of Richie Valens. Have you seen it, Corey?
Yes, I have, man. It actually made me afraid to fly airplanes.
Oh, hell yeah. This is when I found out about like the 50s, like with Buddy Holly, the Big Dipper, Big Bopper, and Richie Valens, and like, you know, they was traveling across the United States doing their music,
Yeah.
Died in the plane crash, yo. Like they was mad young when they died, yo. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is. They're definitely
and the
young.
scene at the end was like this pulling at your heartstrings because he dies. His brother's running to his mama. The mama's like folding laundry or some
Yeah.
shit outside, and she's laying
Yeah.
on the ground. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that
was
was a
tough.
hard one for me, yo. Good movie.
And it was a
good
great
song.
movie. Great songs in the movie.
Oh,
I mean,
La Bamba.
yeah, that's a great song. We had said it earlier, but Damage Inc. You are right. Full Metal Jacket is a great movie in 1987, and
Yeah.
Phoenix had said it earlier. He would consider this his best war film, and it's definitely one of mine next to Saving Private Ryan. I definitely would say.
Because I know we just slide through, but since he brought it back around, the other day I was talking to my son. He's 11. We were saying something. I was like, he was like, yeah, like Full Metal Jacket. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? He was like, yeah, I just went on, I don't know, he was either Hulu or Netflix. He just decided to watch some old movies. And he pulled Full Metal Jacket. He said he didn't make it he only made it to the part where dude
shot himself in the shower.
Yeah, you can't really say all that on YouTube, but he did. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, he was like after that, he was sad, so he turned it off. I was like, you ain't make it to the war. I don't know. That's probably a lot for a kid, though. I was like, I don't even know why the hell you would pull that up out of all the movies to watch. He decided,
all that training camp stuff is fun to watch though, because Private is it Pyle is his name?
Oh, they was called Pyle. Yeah.
He's a goof. Messes up all the time.
Not by the end of that shit. That motherfucker was putting
by the end
together. I'm good.
Man, he was getting crazy, yo.
I did got his ass whooped by that soap.
The soap in the socket. Dog. Cam got through that.
He was like, hit him, Joker. Hit him. He was like,
Yeah.
He was rattling his ass with that soap.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And
good shit, man. Good shit.
Full Metal said, he's so horny. $5.
Yep.
I should say that. Yeah, that's probably racist.
It is
true. They did take that sample.
So I was listening to LL Cool J Rock the Bells radio on Sirius. So he does this thing called Salute the Sample. I didn't put it together that this was a sample from Two Live Crew.
Oh, for Two Live Crew, for the Metal Jacket, where she coming out in the wartime.
Yeah. I knew that part, but the whole beat, it's a beat that goes along with it.
Oh,
so they take the Firecracker beat, and they take her. Like, you ever heard the song Firecracker?
No.
Dog, that's the whole sample, but they took that little part they played that part of the movie, took that part, put it in there, and then, but they didn't really get clearance to do it. They got sued behind it. Because, it's Two Live Crew, yo. Me So Horny.
Yeah, they were going to sue.
Even though it was in the movie. Yeah. But
yeah.
Classic song. South to Luther Campbell.
Damn. That's great. That's great.
Yeah,
man.
A great list there, man.
Yeah. Since we just were talking about movies, and let's transition into movies, man. So the number one song of 1987 was Walk Like an Egyptian by the Bangles, man. They're in the far left. Another great song in 1987. Oh, actually, Whitney Houston came out with her album, which included the song, which is what you see right here, I Want to Dance with Somebody, which was one of the top singles in 1987. And she also had another song, Didn't We Almost Have It All, that came out in 1987 as well. Of course, Living on a Prayer by John Bon Jovi. It spent 4 weeks at number one on the Billboard Hot 100. Definitely one of the most recognizable songs of all time. Yeah. And our girls, man, my girls, Salt and Pepper with Spinderella. Salt and Pepper Push It. Great video, great song. I mean, this was the first time that girls or females in hip hop had really taken the stage and did their thing, man. And this was great. And there is one thing that we do need to talk about, because this was 1 year of one particular really great artist. And we'll get to him later. But
let's talk about these
on this.
We're talking about these four right here. Honestly, these four played a big role in 87 for me, because even like the Bengals, I'm not, of course, I was over wherever. But like the Walk Like an Egyptian was so big, and then they had the dance. That's where everybody's Like the dance was like, you know what I mean? So once the song came, hey, oh, dun, 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 dun. Yo, so you immediately just started doing this shit. It don't matter where you was at, you just did it. You know what I mean? You could be in church. That shit came on ringtone.
True.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they have ringtones back then, but if somebody said, hey, oh, praise the Lord, you would just start doing that shit. You know what I mean? And then, of course, Whitney is Whitney. Living on a Prayer, one of the greatest end of the night bar songs.
Mm-hmm.
You play Living on a Prayer, any bar, everybody's just on.
Yes.
Oh, what happened there? Like everybody's just on sing.
It's we're like, living on a prayer.
It's definitely one of the best sing-along songs, you know what I mean, to get everybody hyped together. And then Salt and Pepper, yo, what more can you say, man? Push It. Was it Push It that came out in 87?
It was Push It. Yeah, it was Push It. Push It came out in 87. Yep.
So the album is Hot, Cool, and Vicious was the album. So I got it pulled. I said, I had this album. I looked at the songs on it. Push It obviously was one of the bigger, it's the biggest hit.
That's just
yes. Tramp was up there. Tramp is like, I love that song.
Yeah, ain't nothing but a tramp. Call me Tramp. I like that.
But my favorite Salt Pepper song is My Mic Sounds Nice, yo.
My mic sounds nice, Jack 1. My mic sounds nice.
That song, I mean, I'm partial to it because we had a go-go sound to it, but they murdered this joint, yo. I love it. Yeah.
But you know, Herbie Hancock, I mean, he was behind them too. Love Bug.
Yeah, Herbie Love Bug. Yeah.
So, you know, him and Kid and Play and all them, they always had a go-go sound to them. You know what I mean? You know, I think they met working at like a call center for Sears or some shit. Salt and Pepper. Yeah. Like they all worked and met. Like a whole crew of them all got together, yo. So shout out to them, man.
Yeah.
Wow, they worked at a call center? God damn. Okay.
It was them and I don't know if Kid or Play might have worked there too. I ain't sure. Don't quote me on that. But I think Herbie Love Bug might have worked there. Like it's like they all mixed together. But you know, everybody was doing the push it dance too, yo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is a great video too.
Yeah.
Great video.
All right. There's a whole lot of truth going on. Come on, somebody say the words. You know I'll be forgetting the words, man. If you know, you're supposed to be got my back on this one, man.
I can't remember, yo.
Push It it says, I mean, they don't really rap a whole lot in Push It, actually, honestly, really think about it. They rap a little bit. Yo, baby, pop, yeah, you come and get me a kiss, baby, make it fast, or else I'm going to get pissed. Can you hear the music pumping hard like I wish you would? Not Push It. You know, I mean, that's it, though. I mean,
they got a lot of flack behind that song, yo. I'm like, compared to nowadays, that's like G-rated.
For real.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's definitely G-rated. You know, I didn't know Beastie Boys came out in 1987, man, with You Gotta Fight for Your Right to Party.
License
I think they came out Yeah. Great album, man. Great album. Oh yeah, here we go. Jabbar actually said that. Yeah, License to Ill by the Beastie Boys. 1987, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Raising Hell by Run DMC.
Oh yeah, both of them.
Wow.
I bought that album with my own money back in the day.
You did?
Yeah, but
I should get allowance, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well,
definitely
the album of 1987 is this guy right here, Mike Jackson, Bad. This album came out in 1987, one of the highly anticipated albums, because this is his sequel or the album following up Thriller. Really highly anticipated album, and this album was a big hit, produced multiple hits. Bad, The Way You Make Me Feel, Man in the Mirror, just to name a few. Dirty Diana, which I really didn't like, but this album was a huge hit, man. This was like the year of Michael, 1987, man. I mean, but my favorite song on this album is The Way You Make Me Feel. I really love that jam, man. That's my shit. And the video, Bad, was really good too, man. It had Wesley Snipes in there. I'm Wesley Snipes, but it was a really good video, man. And once again, they had a world premiere where they shut the world down to show this video of Michael Jackson doing the Bad video. But Phoenix, man, what are your thoughts on Bad, man? And this whole time period here, because this when Mike is trying to come back with a second round hit.
I'm trying to think what album would I take? Would I take Thriller or would I take Bad if I was marooned on an island, yo. Because Bad had Bad, Way Make Me Feel, Speed Demon, Liberian Girl, Just Good Friends, Another Part of Me, Man in the Mirror, I Just Can't
Oh, I
Stop
love
Loving
Another
You,
Part of Me. Oh, yeah.
Dirty
Wow.
Diana, Smooth Criminal, and Leave Me
Smooth
Alone.
Criminal. Yeah. Wow. Great.
Oh, I mean, it's hard
It's
to
tough.
have one great album.
Yeah.
Dude had two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Bad, I love the video. You know what I'm saying?
Video is great. Your word is mine. I don't know what he's saying.
Your butt is mine.
He made a phrase. He made a word that became, you could find it in a dictionary. Jamon.
Yeah.
I mean, he said that through the whole song.
Yeah, but it's funny.
Go ahead.
Prince tells a story about he was supposed to play Wesley Snipes' part in this video. Yeah. He's like, I was out because ain't no man gonna ask me who butt is mine. Like who's having whose butt.
Well, that must have been
dropped out of it.
That must have been before they started beefing, because Prince tried to run Michael Jackson over, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he did?
So
with what? His heels?
Rivalry.
No, with a motherfucking car. I mean, Bad's definitely a classic. I don't think it. Well, I have to go through Thriller. Honestly, besides like the hits on Bad, I don't like any of the non-hits. Like,
he ain't got that many.
You don't like any of the non-hits? What do you mean?
I mean, the whole album ain't hits. I say it's like 5 hits up there, and then the rest of it's kind of like trash. Yo.
Oh, okay.
But I ain't really dig this. I mean, this Smooth Criminals fire. Like, I mean, it's definitely fire songs. I mean, Mike is Mike, yo. Actually, you know what I'm saying, the few weeks back when I was in, I said a few weeks, it was just like 2 weeks ago when I was in Mexico. Like one of the nights at the resort, they did a Michael Jackson night. They had a whole performance. I do dressed like Mike. They had the dances. They went through the whole medley of songs. Yo, it was pretty good. Even though the dude playing Mike couldn't dance that good. Like the background dancers dance their ass off. His ass is up there just doing the least. I was like, motherfucker. But Bad. Even at the time when Bad came out, I liked the song Bad. You liked the video. I thought the video was corny as fuck.
No,
I hated the video.
I did. I liked it.
Those were some of the worst gangsters ever, yo.
But I didn't look at it for the game because Beat It.
Yeah, I didn't look
at it. Bad
Beat It. That's like when you said it.
Beat It had gangsters in it too.
Yeah.
But the motherfuckers in the subway.
I think the problem was with. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just said shout out to Weird Al because I definitely like the I'm Fat video better than I'm Bad video. Go ahead.
That was good. His play. I think the problem for you maybe is Michael Jackson talked in this one, and he didn't talk and Beat It. In this one, he was like, "You think you bad?" I think that was the problem. If he didn't say a word, you probably would have felt a little different about it. But when he started talking, that probably fucked it up, man.
Yeah, you're right. Yo.
He shouldn't have said nothing.
Shouldn't have said nothing.
Yeah, he should have said, because everybody else is looking bad. He's supposed to be this big bad person, and all of a sudden he's like, "You think you bad?"
Yeah, that shit.
But
look, Michael Jackson was bad. I mean, look,
but really, when you look at it, I say it's still good because I didn't take it serious with him acting tough. You know what I'm saying? I never looked at Michael Jackson as tough. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think anybody looked at him as tough. I'm just saying, I just ain't like the video.
I mean, I like the choreography. I just like the video. You know what I mean? So
I forgot the boys. The boys were in it. Oh Lord.
No, the boys. They was in.
All right,
the boys.
Sorry, I had a bug. I had a gnat on one joint. Sorry, go ahead.
The boys was in Moonwalker, where they played the little kids.
They were in Moonwalker. Okay,
they was in the back behind the dude that was.
For some reason, I thought they was in the Bad video too. Shoot, it's been so long ago since I've seen it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Well, this was bad. Well, I won't say it was bad, but this was looked
bad, meaning
really
bad, but bad meaning good. Go ahead.
For some reason, when this cartoon came out, the world thought that this was like bad, not bad as in good, but bad as in bad for society and everything. But The Simpsons debuted in 1987, making its first appearance, as you see right here, season 1. But a lot of people don't know it, but it started out as shorts on this show called the Tracey Ullman Show in 1987. And from that part, it just did so well, and it became what we know as today. And this has been one of the longest running shows in TV history. I absolutely love The Simpsons. They have very famous, iconic characters. Homer Simpson probably is one of the most recognizable characters out there to this day. There ain't a person out there that don't know Homer Simpson and Bart. But The Simpsons has been around for years. I love The Simpsons. Funny. Every character on there is great. But the team at the right side was what they initially looked like, but then they were revamped for the actual seasons that they started doing with the who you see on the left. So there you go. Simpsons. What are you guys' thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, it's classic. I mean, I remember watching the Tracey Ullman Show. It was like a sketch show.
Yeah, sketch show. Correct.
It was on Fox. I remember that. It was. I can't remember none of the skits on Tracey Ullman, but I remember the Simpsons. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like really shorts. But I used to watch the Simpsons all the time when we was young. You know what I'm saying? I fell off of it like in the 2000s, maybe. I didn't watch it like faithfully. Like I go back and watch an episode, or somebody says it's a funny episode or something like that. But no, they're definitely iconic. They're always going to be iconic. I remember in the 90s, you could see Bart Simpson was everywhere.
Shirts everywhere. Yes.
Shirts, lunch boxes.
He was definitely in the hood. Like in the hood, it was so many.
Black Bart.
They had Black Bart, Air Bart. I mean, I've seen
like everything you can imagine. You're at the bootleg store. You go to Petlersville. It's like the little
the flea market.
All the flea markets. Everybody had the bootleg Bart Simpson shirt.
Yeah.
It's a great show. I think it's an iconic, pivotal show of our time. You know what I mean? I just don't got the capacity to watch it because I'm like, if you've been on since like '89,
it's still a great show. I mean, even granted, I've moved on to other things, but it's still funny. It's still a funny show.
Yeah.
Another thing that's been out for years, but the show itself is not, but the actual concept of Star Trek right here came out in 1987. Well, this particular show came out in 1987. Star Trek Generation premiered September 28th, 1987. This series revived the Star Trek franchise because it kind of, started in the 50s and 60s, kind of died out, but this one revived the Star Wars franchise and introduced us to Captain Jean-Luc Picard, which of course is played by Patrick Stewart. And I'm not gonna lie, I had a major crush on this girl right here when I was watching this show. What are you guys' thoughts about Star Trek? Did you ever watch it? Did you ever catch it? Are anybody Trekkies on here? Or real quick, what are your thoughts?
I ain't watch it. I knew who the characters was.
Yeah.
I do all the characters.
They had my man Reading Rainbow on there.
I mean, I watched some of it. I mean, Picard, he did his thing up there. He definitely took over the role. I mean, and ran with it. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't a big Star Trek fan, so you probably talked to the wrong one.
Yeah, definitely Next Generation was a good show. I'm not going to lie. It was a really good show. And this is the reason why I think Star Trek running into the 90s, 2000s, even today, because of this particular show. It was able to revive the franchise.
No, I mean,
we're going to start editing this playlist. Yeah. What are
you talking about?
My bad. I said we about to start. It's my fault. I'm going to start sending you some notes. Like, I ain't watched this.
That's fine.
I was like, who don't talk about it? But you ain't.
That's fine. But these are the things that premiered in '87. But go ahead.
All right. So what about? All right. So there another show that debuted that came up, and I got on my list is 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, I got
21 Jump Street.
Shows that came out.
21 Jump Street is a great show. Great show, man.
One of the greatest shows ever. Shit came out in '87, yo. Motherfucking Al Bundy, Married with Children came out in '87. Like, you know what I mean? That shit ran forever. Shout out to everybody on with the Bundys, yo. The Bundys, Al is motherfucking classic. Shoe store salesman, like extraordinaire. You know what I mean? 4 touchdowns at Polk High. Like, what can you say bad about this man, yo?
Nah,
So
I mean, it's a great show. I mean, ain't nothing about that show I don't like. Christina Applegate. God, I forget the son's name. Was it Bud?
Bud,
yeah,
Bud.
David
Yeah,
Faustino.
yeah.
Man, this
He was
show
a
No,
was
rapper.
I
good,
actually
man.
seen.
He was
I
a
actually
rapper.
just.
Bud
I
had
just
no
saw that.
chance.
I just saw his video the other day, yo, on Instagram.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He has a real rap song out there, yo,
Get
and
out
it's
of
not
here, for
bad.
real.
It's not bad. You know what I'm saying? He was on beat, and
Yeah.
he was
Okay.
rhyming just like
Steve and Marcy next door.
Stephen Marcy, yo.
Yo, Marcy, yo, Alex dig into Marcy ass, yo.
She used to
Used
give it
tear
to
that
him
shit.
back though.
Yeah, she did give it to him back. She did give it to him back. And then like the classic, the daughter, what's Christina Applegate's name on there? I forgot her name on the damn show.
I cannot
Kelly
remember her
Bundy.
name.
Kelly. There you go.
Kelly.
Thank you.
Kelly.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kelly. So definitely classic there. I'll let you go, Phenom. Then I got another one.
Nah, I mean, you got
Oh,
the two already
So
said.
this show
87.
came out in
And then,
1987.
well, in 87 also. Well, you can go ahead.
Different World premiered in 1987. We know Different World.
Love a Different World.
Great show.
Love it.
Fantastic show. The first season is kind of okay, but it's got Marissa Tomei on it, which is really good. But once the second season starts, it was on for a total of, I think, 6 seasons. This show was fantastic, man. And actually, season 2, actually, this show was the number 2 show in the nation at the time, behind the Cosby Show in 1988. So this show was hitting on all cylinders, man. Love this show. Whitley, Kadeem Hardison, Dwayne. I mean, all of these characters. And I had a crush on Freddie. I'm gonna go ahead and say that right now, man. I had a crush on Freddie so bad. What are your thoughts about Different World, Fino?
I watch it almost every day. It comes on TV One. You know what I mean? It comes on in the morning, and afternoon. I mean, I think it's one of the most important TV shows of my lifetime. That
I agree.
Kind of shaped me because you know, seeing historically black colleges, seeing like black people in college going through stuff. The characters were good. You know what I'm saying? It just takes you back to my college days, like the hijinks that was going on, the relationships you built. And I did like how they did cross over to the Cosby Show from time to time. You know what I mean? Because like Dwayne and Whitley went to go to back to see Denise when she was home.
Denise, yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, like the Step episode is my favorite Step episode though. The Step Show.
Yeah. The Step Show?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a classic show. I mean, like you said it all best, as far as it, like, definitely encouraged a lot of people to get their ass in school. You know what I mean? And it was fun.
And shit, we live by HBCU.
It had classic characters, yo. Dwayne Wayne with the glasses, like the glasses were everywhere.
Flip ups,
came out, the flip up glasses. Whitley, of course, is iconic character, you know, as well.
Yeah, the Southern.
So they did the thing up there.
Yeah. Great show, man. It definitely influenced my thoughts on even wanting to go to college because it came out when I was just, I had just turned 10. So I mean, I'm watching this on screen and it shaped my reality of, okay, I'm seeing these young black actors, these black people on screen being portrayed and showing not only are they smart and intelligent, but they're going through all the normal things anybody else would go through, but seeing how not only are they hit with adversity, but how they overcome adversity during this show. And a lot of that is due to the showrunner, Debbie Allen, because she was a Howard University alum that decided to take this show on and really make sure that this show was heavily focused on the college campus experience. And it's a really great show, man. It really shaped my mind. And one of the reasons why I decided to go to college, which if I didn't, I would have never met you guys.
Yeah, that's very true, yo. Very true. But it's funny.
Crazy fact, Ron, his dad's like one of the first successful black stock exchange people. Like he had his own like firm.
Did not know that.
One. Yeah,
in real life.
He died. Ron inherited his money and squandered it all. So he was like rich.
He squandered it.
Like millions and millions. Like he lost like millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Really? Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, yo. It's funny, yo, because I'm looking at I literally was thinking about this show the other day, and somebody just put it in the chat because the chat moving fast. But our kid game show, Remote Control, yo. I used to love Love that shit, yo.
Was that on Nickelodeon? I'm
It
trying
was
to
on
think.
Nickelodeon. You know, everybody was sitting in the lounge chairs answering
Yeah.
questions and all that stuff. I used to love that. I didn't know it came out of '87. That's a good.
I didn't know that either. Wow, damn. Double Dare was another show on Nickelodeon I used to watch a lot, but I'm not sure when that came out. I used to watch
It
Double
came
Dare
out like
too.
'83 or '84, but
Damn.
no, I used to love
Wow.
Double Dare too.
Man.
Let's do the physical challenge, yo. But
Yeah.
I could never go on Double Dare. I ain't like getting messy. I'm not.
Mhm.
I hate that shit. Digging in people's noses, getting hit with pies and all that stuff, like cream and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be down for all that.
Yeah.
Well, moving on, we got another thing, man. I always got to touch on this because we're wrestling fans, but this is pretty huge in pop culture. Here we go. WrestleMania 3 came out in 1987, March 29th. It was pretty very iconic moment in wrestling history. Here you got Hulk Hogan, the irresistible force, going against the immovable object, Andre the Giant. And in this main event, Hulk Hogan successfully defends his title and picks up the big man, Andre the Giant, to actually win this title, man. I didn't watch it because I didn't have pay-per-view, but I damn sure knew about it because it practically was everywhere. I know you guys might not have had pay-per-view, but do you at least remember this particular moment? Because we all were pretty big wrestling fans at this time.
Yeah, definitely. That was an iconic moment in wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When Andre the Giant got body slammed, because nobody ever did that.
Nobody ever picked them up before.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. But I got to tie this together because The Princess Bride came out in 1987 too. Andre the Giant was in The Princess Bride. I love The Princess Bride, one of my favorite movies ever. So Andre the Giant was in his bag too. He was in WrestleMania and one of the biggest movies like of the 80s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, we'll move on. Another big thing that happened in wrestling in 1987, the Mega Powers formed, man. The Mega Powers formed. Now, if y'all don't know about this, the Mega Powers is Hulk Hogan with Hulkamania and Randy Savage with Macho Madness forming an alliance to become the tag team known as the Mega Powers. This happened on October 3rd in 1987. Now, this was huge, man, because these guys were rivals, but this was the first time that you had two top entities actually joining together to become a tag team in wrestling. And this lasted almost 2 years before they broke up. But I definitely remember this because I remember when they had the whole Elizabeth thing and they was fighting against the Mega Bucks. Or I mean, they did a whole lot with this. But what are your thoughts about the Mega Powers, man? The Hulkamania and Randy Savage.
No, I mean, it had to be done. You know what I'm saying? They were the two hottest people in wrestling. Somebody put up there, I think, the Retro Macho Man said Randy Macho Man fought Ricky Steamboat at WrestleMania.
He did.
So I think this kind of, because I hated Macho Man for a long time because of this shit. Because when he hit Ricky Steamboat in the throat with the belt, with the bell.
Yeah.
I used to be a Ricky Steamboat fan. But no, they had to do it, yo. I mean, it was a great alliance, yo. So
I agree. Great alliance.
What's
your thoughts, Ali?
Shout out Elizabeth, man. I mean, honestly, I don't even remember them. I mean, I knew they were like cool. I don't even remember them as a tag team, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I just knew they ran with each other.
Oh, okay. All right. Well.
All right, dog. Everybody wrestling, like aficionados, but that's all.
No, you don't have to be a wrestling aficionado to just know that this happened. I mean, this is just what happened in 1987. It ain't no big deal, brother.
Dog, I'm looking at the wrestling matches from WrestleMania. Dog, they had some
great matches in the WrestleMania. Yeah, the 87 was a really good. Yeah, the Steamboat for the Intercontinental. Yeah, that was good.
I'm looking at like some of the names, like Hillbilly Jim. Forgot about him. King Kong Bundy.
Hillbilly Jim.
Harley Race, the Fabulous Moolah, JYD.
Oh yeah,
Dream Team.
Junkyard Dog.
Greg Valentine and
wait a minute.
Beefcake.
Hold on, I got some glasses. Go ahead.
The Fabulous Joe Brothers, Roddy Piper, Adrian Adonis, man, they had a whole bunch of. That was the first time I saw the Hart Foundation and the British Bulldogs fight because they had a real beef. what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, yeah. You going to the Macho Man? Yeah. Go ahead. With the Hulk Hogan. Yeah. Go ahead, Ali.
Yeah. So Ali off of it. He said he's seen WrestleMania.
Oh, Ali off. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. I thought he was going to go. Sports. So let's get to it, man. Sports, man. At least two things that I know that pretty pop culture. Mike Tyson unified the titles in 1987. First time that had ever happened in a long time. So if you don't know, in wrestling, it got three major groups. And this was the first time that somebody was able in a long time to unify the titles. And Mike Tyson he unified the titles in 1987, man. So shout out to him. He did it on August 1st, 1987. Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And Larry Bird wins his third MVP in a row, which is kind of crazy because I was like, damn, he wins the third MVP in a row. But the dude, his stats is off the charts. I mean, his stats are off the charts. But yeah, he wins his third consecutive MVP in the league in 1987. Outstanding performances. Larry Legend, man. Can't say much else about it, man. Anybody got any thoughts on these sports highlights in 87?
Tyson did his thing, and I'm never gonna say anything good about the Celtics. So, Ali, so what say you?
I hate that. Yeah, this the year. Larry, they got the steal, yo. They got the steal and won the game. Like we fucking Pistons. You know, I'm a Pistons fan. We fucking blew it. Yeah. Shout out to Larry Legend. No, I mean he was a beast. You know.
So I have a question about that. Yeah. Did he get the steal, or did Isaiah Thomas make a bad pass? Yo, what say you?
It's probably a little bit of both, man. Yeah. It was a little bit of both. I mean, I think a lot of. I mean, he jumped on it, and he made the pass. It wasn't even just a steal. He did the steal and the pass, yo. Your boy
DJ, laid it up. Yep.
Yeah, DJ. His fucking freckled up ass. I used to hate DJ, yo. DJ, his game was fucking ugly as fuck, man.
Yeah, yo, he was good. He played it for the Sonics and then.
Yeah, but I mean, Larry Bird was killer, yo. Somebody put up some of his stats. Like it was like for like 9 straight years, he was like top 3 in MVP voting or some shit, yo. Like it was crazy. Ridiculous, yo. I was like, yo, he fired, man.
I mean, look, in 1984, he was scoring 24 points, getting 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. 85, 28 points, 10 rebounds, almost 7 assists, almost 1.5 steals. The next year, 26 points, 10 rebounds, almost 7 assists, 2 steals. This is crazy. He's covering the stat board all around. I mean, I see he a legend, yo. Larry Legend. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the sports was hitting its stride back then. Like the NBA was in its bag too. You know what I'm saying? Because in the early '80s, the games, like the championship games, weren't even televised. It was on tape delay. Yeah. And then Jordan. I mean,
because they was really in their bag, they coke bag. Early '80s, all of them was coked up.
Yeah, Chicago Bulls all the time. Michael Jordan was bad as whole team.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So it's funny because like the NBA, we grew up in it. I mean, in the '90s was our bag when it came to the NBA. I mean, I think that's the golden age of basketball. But the '80s was trending. It made me love basketball. Oh, yeah. And I used to hate the Celtics, yo.
Yeah, they
hate them. But
they really had the. I was gonna say they really had the perfect setup with Larry and Magic, yo. Like West Coast, East Coast. I mean, hate to say it, black, white, hard. Like Boston. I mean, just East Coast in general is like more like ugly, not ugly game, but harder, muck it up. West Coast was Showtime. Because honestly, I ain't fuck with the Lakers. Well, I'm a Pistons man. You know, I ain't fuck with the Lakers. I ain't fuck with that Showtime shit either. So, but it was like the perfect like yin and yang, yo. Like right at the right time, and they both was good as fuck.
They battled 4 times in the '80s.
Yeah, and they both were good. Like you know what I mean. They both was MVP all the way.
That's
right.
But I would say this though, the '80s and '90s, I loved it. I don't like today's basketball. As far as relationships,
I do. Or the relationships, as far as
as far as skill level, it's unmatched. But I like the I don't like you, you don't like me. I'll never team with you, you'll never team with me.
Yeah, I do prefer that. Yeah,
Yeah. You know what I'm
I
saying?
definitely do prefer that.
You
And
know,
then somebody, just since we really didn't touch on Mike, shout out to Damage Inc. Iron Mike was amazing. Cuss D'Amato probably would have kept on track. I mean, Cuss basically like raised Mike to be a motherfucking killing machine. And after he passed, he kind of lost his focus. Of course, your boy was able to get
Don King, got his claws in him.
Don King got his claws in him, and it was all over it is.
Yeah, that was a wrap. That was a wrap.
Yeah.
Once Don King got into him, it was over.
Shout out Chicago
And Robin
Cubs,
Givens.
yo. The best point guard little man ever, Isaiah Thomas, yo. Only person to win multiple titles without somebody else in the top 75. You know what I mean? Isaiah Thomas was
That's very true.
Motherfucker ever.
I've said that. That's very true. He's the only person to win championships with no other Hall of Famers on the thing,
Yeah.
The guy's incredible. Guys, oh yeah. The guys. Oh yeah, he's fucking incredible. Yeah, don't look behind you. No, don't look in front of you. No, the Macho Man, 180 degrees. Yeah. But go ahead.
Somebody got to steal Corey glasses, yo. He put them glasses on. He turned into Macho Man every time, yo.
I just saw him over here in the corner. I was like, oh shit, let me put these on.
What those 3D glasses or something?
Nah, these is costume glasses these are costume. These some shits I got from Party City like years ago. But here we go. Oh yeah, yeah. Man.
You stupid.
Yeah.
So can we transition to something? Because somebody
go ahead, hit it.
Because as you know, I think we talked about it 2 weeks ago. We talked about Nintendo came out, but there was Double Dragon was probably one of the only games that I probably spent my whole allowance on in the arcade. I've never beaten it in the arcade. On Nintendo, I've beaten it, but never beat it in the arcade. I used to love Double Dragon. Double Dragon 1, Double Dragon 2, Double Dragon 3, all of them.
Double Dragon definitely
I loved it in the arcade. I was glad when it came out on Nintendo so I could actually play it because I didn't have no quarters to get through it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ollie.
I was just gonna say we had Double Dragon at the local 7-Eleven, like a 7-Eleven down our street. We stayed in that bitch all day long, yo.
Yeah. We had it in a Food Lion. That I don't know, but we had it in a Food Lion next to the deli section where the produce is. I don't know, but we was next to that. Spy Hunter was there too. I remember Spy Hunter being there too.
Oh, I used to love
Spy Hunter. Yeah, Spy Hunter was great. But another arcade game that came out in 1987 that was just as good came out in 1987 here, Street Fighter. I'm sure you guys played this. I wasn't good at it, but it definitely was a big hit. I can't say much more about it. Street Fighter was a fantastic game, very successful start of franchise. Street Fighter 2, movies, the list goes on and on. But Street Fighter was definitely good. I love this game. Was not good at it in the arcade, but I was really happy when it came to like consoles where I could actually play it. What are your thoughts on Street Fighter, man? Was anybody any good at it in the arcade? I wasn't good at it at all.
Nah, I used to love watching people. I
was gonna say like the cats that played in the arcade though, they used to run it, yo. So I mean, I was decent, yo. I used to play with Blanca, yo. Blanca was my motherfucker, yo. But the cats, like this one dude, the arcade used to go to, used to play Dallasm. Well, I can't remember his name. Dawson. He used to fuck motherfuckers up, yo. That's shit, that shit. But yeah, I mean, Street Fighter is definitely, it was the shit. Is when you went to the arcade, you had to put your quarter on the screen, like put your quarter up there, see who got next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just it was a battle.
Yeah. They had, 87, they was in their bag with their games too, because Punch Out
absolutely
came out in 87. Mega Man came out in 87. I love the Mega Man franchise. I love it, because I used to love Mega Man because you had to beat certain bosses to get their powers to use on other bosses, but you had to use the right power on the boss you had to find, yo. Shinobi came out in 87. Love that. Love that.
Wow. Damn. That's good stuff. Damn.
Contra came out in 87. So
Contra's a great one.
I think everybody everybody I've known was able to beat Contra at least once in their life with one man. Once in one, I take back, not one man, with 3 lives. Like without doing
What's
the up,
that?
down, down, left, like beat
You
Contra.
had to get those special guns
without
though
the
to
30
do it.
lives.
Yeah, I never did that either.
I've never been able to do that.
Yeah,
I had to use the cheat code.
I mean, see, I beat it with just 3 lives, but it took me like a long time to do it. It took me like, because I'm like, because if you play with 30 men, you just reckless. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So
that's how I was.
You'd be smarter.
That was one of the first games I knew they had a cheat code. You know, that for me, that was one of the first games I knew they had a cheat code.
Yep. Metal Gear came out. Metal Gear was probably one of the. That's my favorite video game franchise ever. Yo, with Solid Snake. You know what I mean?
Metal Gear, I love that. I love that. I played that a lot. Yeah.
And
I agree.
Yeah, that looks like it's about it. That I actually play. I mean, Rad Racer came out. I love Rad Racer.
I love Rad Racer. That was like my go-to, man, because I was a big fan of pole position in the arcades. So this was Rad Racer was really cool. And I love how the city would turn dark, you know, as you would drive through and it would turn back light. Rad Racer was a great game. Great game.
Yeah. I mean, Nintendo, they was in their bag with it, yo. And it's funny nowadays, like with technology is so forward, you know, you can play with an emulator. You can download every Nintendo game, 1,000 of them play on your computer. Nintendo Switch, if you know, they have Super Nintendo, all that shit that you can play right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, there's some really good classic games on those old systems, man. I mean, dead straight up.
Yeah.
Man, I just gonna say, I'm sorry, y'all, because first off, Kendrick just didn't like that. That fucking beat is so fire. And this nigga just brought out Dre, and they do. Oh god.
Yeah.
This is a post though. Kendrick Lamar is doing a Juneteenth concert, and I'm sorry because I don't know if I've been to watch the replay. I'm sure it'll be on YouTube.
Oh yeah, it's on YouTube. Somebody got it on YouTube.
I'm talking about to rewatch it. But yeah, y'all keep going. My bad.
So moving on to 2 major cartoons that premiered in 1987. First one, which I know everybody on here has seen. Who hasn't seen this cartoon? DuckTales premiered September 18th, 1987. The animated series follows the adventures of Scrooge McDuck and his nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. This show ran for 100 episodes over 4 seasons, and one thing it's got is a memorable theme song. I mean, this theme song probably one of the best theme songs I've ever heard in my life. I'm hearing it in my head right now, yo, as it's going through. Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, airplane. It's a Duckburg. Life's on a mystery, or rewrite history. DuckTales. Woo! Who doesn't know that song? Come on, man.
Yeah, I love it, yo. Love it.
Yeah. DuckTales was the shit. DuckTales was the shit.
What's the second one?
Ninja Turtles. Another great theme song. That was 87. Premiered in 1987. Ninja Turtles. It's based off the comic book series for those that don't know. The story follows 4 mutated turtles, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael, as they train in the ways of ninjutsu. Okay. As they train in the ways of ninjutsu, trying to fight Shredder.
That won't me, just so y'all know.
Great theme song. Actually, it did. It had another great theme song as well. I love this cartoon. This franchise has been going on for years. They're still making Ninja Turtle movies, and they just had one last year. If you haven't seen it, it's fantastic. This Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, Mutant Mayhem, I think is what it's called. It's really good. Really good. Check it out.
Yeah.
Were you a big fan of Turtles when it came out in
no doubt, yo. I had hold on. I got all my turtles right there, yo. Shout out.
What? Okay, go ahead, yo.
Over there, yo. But no, I used to love Ninja Turtles. What I appreciate about Ninja Turtles is it can last forever. Meaning they can bring it back and re-energize it, revigorate it.
Yeah.
I know we talked about it before, but shout out to Seth Rogen for bringing it back and doing it right with the last iteration of it.
So good. Straight up.
But I'm not going to. I used to read the Ninja Turtle comics. I'm waiting for the Ronin comic to come out. They keep teasing it
the
like
last
it should be a
Ronin.
movie, yo.
Yeah,
They ain't gonna do it.
read that. What Raphael was going crazy, like killing everybody. That's his real.
Don't they die in it?
I don't even know if it's the last Ronin.
They
They died.
They ain't gonna do that.
But that shit was serious. When I was a kid, I read that shit. That shit was serious.
The last Ronin is great.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, definitely
series.
Ninja Turtles is. When he's talking about DuckTales, Ninja Turtles definitely has a classic theme song too. You know,
hell yeah, got a classic theme song too.
Ninja Turtles,
Teenage Mutant
Ninja Turtles,
Heroes in a Half Shell, Turtle Power.
Yeah, hell yeah. They're the world's most fearsome fighting team.
Yeah.
Come on, who doesn't know that? They're heroes in the half shell and they're green. Go ahead. I digress.
But, and they had one of the best villains, like Splinter. Even though he used to get his ass whipped all the time, he looked cool.
Shredder.
And, I said Splinter. I mean Shredder. Shredder.
Yeah.
Splinter rat ass was there. You know what I mean? Don't be scared of the dragons. Be scared of the rats, as my girl Helena would say. But yeah. And the brain, that was like the weirdest villain ever. Krang. Yeah.
Krang,
Yeah. His ass just tripped me out,
I loved it. I love the Turtles, man. And I think what makes the Turtles so great is they all have different personalities and everybody can relate to at least one person of this crew. You know, you got the person that's into the gadgets, the more straight and narrow type one with Leonardo, the guy that's sarcastic and rude, but he has a really big heart in Raphael. And then you got the party animal and Michelangelo. Just everything is fun to him. So everybody can relate to at least one or multiple of these characters, and they're a family, which is so cool, man. I just love the Turtles, man. I mean, if you haven't seen his last Turtles movies, go check it out. They nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
All right. So we are going to go on to the Babes of 1987. The Babes of 1987, man. So here we go. Let's pull them up. The Babes of 1987, man. Lisa Bonet, Sheena Easton, Jodie Watley, and Lisa from the Coke Jam. Lisa actually had a lot of hits this year too, man. I think she had Lost in Emotion and
Head to Toe.
Head to Toe. Yeah, 87 was a great year. And Lisa, Lord have mercy. But yeah, Lisa Bonet, Sheena Easton, Jodie Watley, and Lisa from Lisa and the Coke Jam. What do you guys' thoughts on this before we go to the hunks of 1987?
I already said, check out our channel. I wonder if I take you home, Lisa. Dog, I used to stand in front of the TV.
I vote Lisa on this too, yo.
Yeah. She was captivating, yo.
She was.
Her and her friends, yo. You know what I mean, yo. Have me stand in front of the TV, just like that's what it's about, yo. Yeah. Lisa Bonet, she was fine too. Jodie Watley, I used to love Jodie Watley, yo. She was in Shalimar, then she broke out, do the thing. And Sheena Easton, this is actually a good picture of Sheena Easton, yo. I never seen her like this.
Yeah, I had to find one because in 87, it was more punk rocky. So she had a lot more spiked hair and stuff like that. So I couldn't get a really good angle on her face. So this was the best one that I could find that was close to 87. So I think this is like 89. But I was like, it's close enough, So, but yeah, there we go. All right. So let's get to the hunks of 1987. Excuse me. Sorry, you guys. Let's get to the hunks of 1987. The hunks of 1987. Here we go. LL Cool J, Philip Michael Thomas from Miami Vice, Dennis Quaid. He played in quite a few movies that year, but I just talked about him in Interpace, and Patrick Swayze from Dirty Dancing. Those are the hunks of 1987. But I did have to put somebody else up here because he was, I don't know who this dude is,
Harry Hamlin.
Harry Hamlin was the sexiest man alive in 1987. So I had to put him up here because they consider him the hunk of 1987. But I never knew him, but I knew everybody else. But this was a guy, and it said he played on LA Law, which I never watched. So
I used to watch LA Law. Yeah, Jimmy Smits up there. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember LA Law.
The LL Cool J Bigger and Deffer came out in 87 too. We talk about Michael Jackson. I'm Bad.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'm Bad came out in 87, yo.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I already said, like LL Cool J was my dog back in the day, yo. I used to idolize him, yo. My initials, I used to be like FL Cool J, yo. That was me, yo. Had a can go on everything. LL Cool J is he was like, that's my guy, yo. Up until a certain point, and now he's a Bama, yo. So I don't rock him like that.
Well, how's he a Bama, yo? Like, that motherfucker's still relevant, yo. And he's like,
he can be relevant, still be a Bama, yo.
I mean, I guess.
You know, Drake is super relevant. He a super Bama. When I say that,
LL will never on some Drake shit though. LL cool as fuck, cool as a fan, yo. He got rock the bells.
To a certain point, yo. But we talked about it before, where I said, and you even co-signed, because you was like, I said, where LL Cool J started making stuff for the ladies, like, and start taking the shirt off.
I feel you. Yeah, I mean, he definitely did some dirty Mac.
Yeah. But before that, from like I'm bad, like Big and Depper and Rock the Bells and like Mama Said Knock You Out. I liked them all the way up to Lounging. And then after that, I was like, yeah.
Oh, you ain't like Lounging?
No, I love that song. You know what I'm saying? But it's still a Dirty Mackin song.
Yeah. Well, you guys, we're near the tail ends. We're going to go to the Mr. and Ms. of 1986. And it's going to be people's choice, man. It's going to be people's choice. So we're going to kick it off right here. So forget about this, but it's going to be either between Johnny and Baby from Dirty Dancing, Marge and Homer Simpson from The Simpsons, of course, Claire and Cliff Huxtable from The Cosby Show, or Princess Buttercup and Wesley from The Princess Bride. Those are the four. These right here. So we're going to go to the chat, yo. Y'all let us know which one you think should get the Mr. and Ms. of 1987. But before we go to that, Venus, what are your thoughts? Who you think should get this vote for the Mr. and Ms. of 1987?
Princess Bride, yo. We didn't talk about it enough. This movie,
it's a great movie.
Is a great movie. From beginning to my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die, yo. Love
the guy with the six fingers.
And even the little short dude, when he like poor, he kept saying, inconceivable.
It's inconceivable.
Yeah, and then
when they playing a game of chess and he keeps rationalizing why he thinks it's not his drink and why he that's one of the funniest parts. He poured the poison in the cup, yo. Definitely. I love that movie from beginning. Yeah, it's a great movie.
Man. It's a great movie, man.
One of my favorite movies too. Definitely. There's nothing about this movie I don't like. This is one of the first. I think this is done by Mel Brooks, right? I think I can't.
So I have Fred Savage in it, the young Fred Savage from the Wonder Years.
Okay, yeah. This movie was great, man. This movie was great. I mean, there wasn't nothing about this movie. It's funny. It has action. It has a great story. I mean, it's just a great movie.
No, actually, it was Rob Reiner. Rob Reiner did it.
Rob Reiner did this. Okay. Let's see. If I've had to pick one of this list, man, because right now the chat, I mean, they let's see what they got going on. Okay, we got let's go down the list. We got Dirty Dancing, all right. Wesley and Buttercup, okay. Princess Bride again, okay. Claire Huxtable, the Huxtables, okay. So Dirty Dancing again, another Dirty Dancing, Johnny and Baby. One person for the Simpsons. All right, so the Simpsons down at the bottom. So it looks like it's getting between Dirty Dancing and I've only seen a couple for the Huxtables so far. So it looks like it's either gonna be between Dirty Dancing or Wesley and Buttercup. So we'll go with. I mean, nobody puts Baby in the corner with Dirty Dancing, but this is tough. It's either one between Dirty Dancing or Princess Bride. Man, this is gonna be.
Look, I want to give it to Retro Man and Suzanne Hoffs, yo. That's the comment of the night. He was like, I don't care what y'all say.
I ain't mad at you, Retro.
We the couple. There you go. He shot his super shot. He's like, I don't care what y'all Bama say tonight. Nah. It's me and her, yo. And they talk about her eyes, yo. Like everybody that says, when you mention the name Suzanne Hoffs, they say her eyes are captivating. Prince did the same thing. Prince wrote for the Bengals and stuff like that. And dated, I think he dated her for a little bit. But Prince dated everybody, yo. So but 87 was a good year, man.
Yeah, I'm looking here and looks like it's we're getting close, but it looks like it's going to be The Princess Bride. Looks like it's going to be The Princess Bride. Dirty Dancing was close, but it looks like it's going to be The Princess Bride. We had one for The Princess Bride, Simpsons. So yeah, it's going to be The Princess Bride. So there we go, man. They're the Mr. and Ms. of 1987, man. 87. This is a good year, man. Good year.
I apologize to everybody, but I told them before the stream started that I was gonna be looking at this Kendrick. He did not like us. He ran back the. I know y'all probably don't care. But I'm just feeding on you. He ran back the first verse 4 times. 2 of the times he didn't even rap the words. The crowd just rapped all the words. Like that shit was beyond live, yo. Oh, I'm definitely rewatching this, yo. That shit was crazy, yo. That was crazy.
When you got
this is the
number
one song in the country, so I mean for a minute. So
yeah, we got people that
like
can hold.
Us. They're not like us.
Hold a crowd like that. So little story time. Like we've been to a couple music festivals in the past couple of years. Rolling Loud Miami. So we did see Kendrick Lamar in person, and I think Kendrick Lamar is probably one of the best showmen I've ever seen in my life, yo.
Yeah, they rock that shit the fuck out.
He puts on a great show.
Shit was crazy, yo.
Yeah, I mean, and everybody in the crowd was saying his words. I mean, like when he dropped "All Right," we couldn't even hold it in. But I love going to shows like that. I mean, there's only been a handful of shows that I've seen, like an artist, like have the. Like even watching even recent time, like Lil Uzi, he's way past our genre of music. Like they're more of our kids and grandkids and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
have that kind of a feel over somebody, like a control over a crowd.
Lamar, yeah. They told me to put my glasses back on, man. Do Randy Savage, yo, yeah. But go ahead.
No, I'm saying because all of us when we went to Rolling Loud and saw how like crowds like that move. Like I love that energy, whether it's me watching other people do it. Like I love watching our lives. Like when people tell us to do live performances and see the crowd like with the Zeppelins and stuff like that. Love it.
Yeah. Keep running it back again for the 5th time. The crowd is still jumping. And I'm still bopping, yo.
They want to hear it, yo. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed my Randy Savage impression. One time, I'll probably come on here with a do-rag and the whole
Westbrook on stage, yo. He jumped out the crowd. Russell Westbrook just jumped on stage on the crowd, yo.
Yeah, I'm about to watch it, yo.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch it because nobody can see what you're talking about. But it's all good. It's probably gonna be on YouTube. It's gotta be on YouTube.
It's gonna be talked about all day tomorrow.
Trust me, all them LA
absolutely.
dudes.
Well, this has been a great year, man. 1987. You can kind of see everything is really firing on all cylinders. Music, movies, television, technology, TV shows. I mean, the whole thing is really firing on all cylinders, and this year is no exception. A lot of great movies, and I just want to say thank you guys for coming on this journey with us, man. If you've been here this long, hit like on this video, man, so we can go further up in the rankings, so we can have more people come join the show, and they can come see me do more of this Randy Savage, do more of this impression, Randy Savage, But go ahead though. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining. Phenom, what you got to say before we roll out of here?
Yo, not next week, 1997, yo. It's a good year.
Yeah, man, it's a good year. Good year. All right, man. Thank you guys so much. We will catch you later. And I'll go ahead and put this up, man, because this is the Mr. Ms. of 1987. There you go. Peace out, everybody. Peace out. Oh, yeah.